a T-Rex on the prowl, a reptile on the move. Better watch your step, I'm coming after you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Obscurus Lupa Presents. I'm excited about today's movie. Tammy and the T-Rex. So the title sounds dumb, but this is so much dumber than you'd think. The movie stars Denise Richards before she was famous, Paul Walker before he was famous, and the guy who played Bernie in Weekend at Bernie's before he... Actually, Weekend at Bernie's was kind of the peak of his career. I will now summarize the plot without making any jokes, because the premise is funny enough already. Tammy has a crush on Michael, and the two of them hit it off until he's almost murdered. The evil Dr. Walkenstein takes advantage of this and removes Michael's brain, putting it into a giant robotic T-Rex he has created to do science. The robotic T-Rex proceeds to kill several people and woo Tammy over, creating a unique romance never seen before or since. You want to see this, don't you? Trust me, it's as good as it sounds. Look at that title. Just take it all in. This is followed by a dance sequence set to a song called Dinosaur Man. Not even kidding.
I'm a dinosaur man, a prehistoric dude, king of the jungle, coming after you.
Oh yes, yes, the style that never ceases to be funny in retrospect. While Michael and Tammy try to figure out where the rest of their shirts went, we're introduced to the comic relief, Byron.
You know, Tammy talks about you all the time. And I can say, girl, you didn't exaggerate one little bit.
Haha, silly movie, you don't need comic relief, you're doing just fine on your own. Tammy says she and Michael can't be together and returns his flower. Okay. It turns out that while the two of them really dig each other, the one person in the way is crazy violent douchebag McGee, Tammy's ex-boyfriend. She does realize she can go to the police for this, right? He shows up being stalkery again, and this devolves into a silly fistfight. Seeing as how douchey seems to be compensating for something, the only direction this fight could have gone in is into a nuts-grabbing contest. No commentary from the flamboyant peanut gallery, please.
You know the school's got a restraining order against you.
Then you could arrest him, maybe?
What we got here is one of them testicular stand-offs.
You're not squeezing much, Michael!
Not with you, boy.
I got a cup on.
If he was wearing a cup, then how would the other guy not notice? What did he think he was grabbing?
I'm gonna kill you, man! I'm gonna kill you! You hear me? You're dead!
Yeah, so do the officers just not hear the death threats?
True love never fails, honey.
Transition? Seamless. And really, the fog and red sky? This is a robotic T-Rex, not the friggin' apocalypse. And yeah, the robot T-Rex. Let's talk about that. Okay, so mustacheless Bernie here is a mad scientist who's created the robot T-Rex for science. I'm still unclear on the real purpose of it, or what benefits to science this really has, or why it has the random lip twitch, or really any of the logic that went into this. But, at least the film has an advantage over Jurassic Park in that it's supposed to be a fake dinosaur. So I guess that makes it better than Jurassic Park?
I will give you a brain. I will give you immortality.
I don't think you quite understand how the whole immortality thing works, Bernie. Generally speaking, robots don't die of old age.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. Got nowhere to run.
While Michael is sitting around thinking about, you know, stuff, he gets a call from Tammy saying she's tired of being alone and asking him to come over. She doesn't want her parents to know though, so she asks him not to park out front. Perfect. As Michael is climbing up the trellis, he's spotted by a couple of Douchey's goons. Not sure why they care about who Tammy sees, but they alert Douchey to the situation. When you see Tammy and Michael together, you actually do believe them as a couple. The actors have chemistry and they come off as very likable, which just makes the whole premise of this even more baffling, though it probably explains why they came out of this with actual careers.
Oh, God, it's Billy.
Oh, just call the police.
Oh, I'll handle this myself.
You bet this was edited down from an R rating.
I'm gonna get you!
See? You can barely tell! Come on, this is ridiculous. Even if this guy was this big of an asshole, he has to know he'll get arrested. And yeah, so he plans on killing Michael. You think no one's gonna suspect him? Logic. You don't have it. This is where things start to get stupid. Okay, so Michael somehow manages to outrun their vehicles until they catch up with him and beat the crap out of him. We're then treated to some of the best editing.
Is not even about you anymore, man. She's finished with you, it's over.
Put him in the trunk.
Now Michael is at his mercy, and Douchey is free to beat, shoot, run him over, or even stab him. Instead, Douchey decides to let wild cats maul him to death. I'm not making this up, I promise. That sure looks like a wild cat enclosure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure cats could climb out of that. Oh no, he's being stalked by generic animal sound effects! Wait, so they just let all the wild cats run around in the same enclosure? They don't even share the same habitat. Well, I'm sure Michael will be fine. Of course he won't. I told you what was gonna happen. Tammy gets the news and goes to see a dying Michael at the hospital, choosing to dress as inappropriately as possible for the situation.
Could you tell me what your Michael bracket's in, please? Just a minute, please. What did he do to you?
Not much, apparently. He seems to be doing pretty well, considering. Douchey shows up and, really? Where are the police?
You just do what I tell you.
No! Yeah!
Oh, scratch your eyes out.
Leave mean it, you little weasel.
You're gonna pay for this. You're gonna pay for this.
So she's gonna pay for this. Oh man, domestic violence is great. Not to be outdone in the suspension of disbelief department, Bernie and his assistant Helga show up at the hospital in completely believable disguises.
By the way, how's that latest experiment of yours going?
I'm glad you asked that, because I think I'm on the verge of a breakthrough.
Wait, those weren't disguises? He was actually supposed to be there? What? After discovering that Michael only has one living relative, Bernie decides he's got the perfect specimen for his experiment.
His heart has stopped. Resuscitate him.
No, Michael, no!
Oh, Mama, if he wakes up now, he's gonna have a heart attack for sure.
Live! 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 Well, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I did all I could.
It's funny because she thinks she lost a loved one. Once everyone is passed out due to wacky comical circumstances, Bernie and Helga kidnap Michael and the audience pretends to not notice the boom mic shadow on the wall.
One simple life sacrifice for the good of all mankind.
Yes, of course! A giant sentient robot T-Rex will help mankind because, And more great editing.
I mean, if you're going to make an omelet, you have to break a few eggs, right?
Okay, alright, tubes in a bowl. Seems sciencey enough. Get to the T-Rex. They put the brain in the robot and order a pizza. Little did they know, it'd be delivered by Pedro himself. That's right, in his stunning first role.
Are you the double cheese pepperoni?
Yay, vote for Pedro! Wait, how the fuck did the T-Rex's arm reach him? Now Michael has come to the realization that he's not himself anymore, using his Stretch Armstrong limbs to inspect his body. Well, at least they had the decency to put the top of his head back on. What? Where did that come from? One of Bernie's goons shows up, and we get to see the T-Rex in action. The transition between puppet and animatronics is fantastic! You can barely tell it's on a track! Yes. Oh yes. Stunning. This movie is amazing. You know, for kids. Actually, I'm not really sure who the audience for this is supposed to be. Honestly, they should have just kept the R-rated cut, because they obviously cut it down to get a younger audience. Is it for people who love teen comedies? Is it for dinosaur fanatics? It's certainly not a children's movie, but half of the jokes are completely infantile. This thing tries to appeal to everyone, but in the process, it's appealing to no one. Except me, for I am strange and sad. So the T-Rex tries to call Tammy on the phone. I'm not sure how he thought that conversation was gonna go, but we can be amazed at how fake they managed to make the robotic T-Rex arms look. It's a robot. You have to be trying to make it look that bad.
Oh, this is great! Who put this here?
Yeah, I love it when people pull the old animatronic T-Rex in the alley trick. Meanwhile, some of the goons from earlier are at a party, and we get to see their wonderful dancing. Yes, Numfar, do the dance of joy! This is when we see, wait, why is Tammy there? Why would she go to a party with those guys after they basically murdered her boyfriend?
I don't know how I'm ever gonna get over this.
Yeah, the dancing's really not that good, movie.
I just want to talk to you.
I don't want to see you for the rest of my life, ever.
Yeah, take that. I bet you feel real bad about that attempted murder now. On that note, call the police! Later, during the strangely placed love triangle between Byron, Drunk Girl, and Flare Guy, we get a not-so-subtle homage to Jurassic Park.
Oh my gosh, earthquake!
Don't go say that, I'm scared.
Maybe it's a dinosaur.
Maybe it's your breath, honey.
Don't worry, girls. Caveman Ken's here to take care of you.
Michael shows up, sees his enemies, and we get to see our hero do what he does best. The part that makes this poetic justice is that most of the victims were completely innocent bystanders.
It was a dinosaur.
A what?
A dinosaur.
She's telling the truth, Pop.
Yep, Byron is the son of the sheriff. Oh, the wackiness.
I mean, it was as big as an elephant. He was 10 feet tall.
I want to believe you, but you're saying everything so comically.
Sheriff, we got 2 more squished bodies and a one-legged girl over there. She's still kind of good looking.
What a madcap comedy.
Feeling a little flat today, Carl.
Yep, that's how a crushed body would look. After walking around all night, I guess, Michael finally reunites with Tammy. It was love at second sight.
What happened? I don't know. Looks like she went out the window.
Yeah, she was really messy when she did it. When Tammy wakes up, Michael tries to clue her into his identity. Well, I guess it's a good thing he was really fucking weird in the first place, or that clue wouldn't make any sense. After an elaborate game of puppet charades, Tammy finally pieces things together.
You have Michael's brain?
Well, this movie is just getting silly. She's taking this robotic T-Rex thing awfully well. I mean, you don't have to believe him right away.
Sheriff, do you know what did this?
Why are they automatically jumping to the conclusion that it was a thing?
Tammy!
Yep, top-notch police work.
What the hell happened here, Tammy? Who did this?
I don't know. I think it was just a meteor or something.
A meteor? You aren't even trying anymore, movie.
Michael's brain is inside of the dinosaur.
Oh my God! I knew he recognized me.
Stop being so accepting. Take a moment or two, people. Yeah, I know this is hard to believe, but that Bigfoot guy, he's actually your uncle. I have to throw him a welcome home party.
Well, we have to get his body back.
Yeah, that's the perfect plan. Everyone knows you can transplant a brain into a corpse and they'll come back to life, especially when it's a high school student doing it. Look at their faces. They look confused that they're even in this movie.
Michael was orphaned when he was quite young, and it became my responsibility. The truth of the matter is, everybody knows I'm just a drunk.
What a loser. He thinks he's worthless and lost the only person who gave him hope.
And I shall miss him more than life itself. Mikey.
The T-Rex cries? What, did Bernie install tear ducts in that thing? Well, this is going on a little long. Mazel tov and all that.
We are going to put all these people out of business. I mean, there's not going to be any more sniveling, no more fake tears. We'll just give people robot bodies for their brains. I mean, they'll live forever.
Actually, he probably would have been okay if you hadn't removed his brain and all that. Also, is there a reason the robot body needed to look like a T-Rex? Continuing with the light-hearted comedy, Tammy and Byron get ready to steal Michael's corpse. Oh boy! Wait, why was he already that decomposed with maggots and stuff? He wasn't even buried yet.
This is awful! Maybe we should get some bug spray or something.
She's probably traumatized. Hilarious. When the two stooges show up and fail to kidnap Michael, Tammy and Byron tie them up and hijack their truck to take Michael to look for another body. You know he could walk, right? And he's not very hidden, so... If you were laughing at the corpse jokes, then hoo boy, you'll love this next sequence. Tammy and Byron go to the morgue to try and find the perfect body for Michael. Not sure how they were expecting to find an even fresher body than Michael's, because apparently bodies immediately start falling apart after death.
No way.
Oh, he's perfect.
Not to me, he isn't.
Yes, folks. Our heroes are judging a dead man's penis.
Michael! I love you! What do you think of this one?
He's short, but he's big. You know what I mean?
Michael, what about this one?
He's a brother, Mike. You might like it. Soul food. Rhythm. Huh?
Mike?
We could be like three sisters.
I don't want a sister. I want a guy.
After that unsuccessful trip to nowhere, Bernie and Helga escape, meet up with the police, and we get to see another boom mic shot. Our trio drives away and the police chase after them.
Chew my rope.
Oh, Gunther.
You get it? It's like a blowjob? Get it yet?
He's my friend and I'm taping it!
Unit 102 calling Sheriff Black. Come in, Sheriff Black.
His name's Sheriff Black? Really? To be fair, that's probably the least offensive thing about this movie.
We found the dinosaur, Sheriff. It's in a truck being driven by your by your son.
Really?
Oh my God, Michael!
Well, it's a good thing he fell right side up. They can't really damage the dinosaur before they return it to the science center. I'm serious, that's what they use for the prop in this. While Byron goes to stall the police, Tammy and Michael take off together and we get to see the most magnificent scene in cinematic history. Now in hiding, Tammy and Michael are forced to make a new life with each other. Byron goes to see them and is followed by the most stealthy police ever. Way to go, Byron!
Is that you, Byron?
Yeah. Are you decent?
Just a minute.
Did they just imply that she had sex with the T-Rex?
You think they're still looking for us?
The whole world's looking for you.
Yep, which is exactly why I rode my bike here and let myself be easily followed.
I want you to come out with your hands up and nobody will get hurt here.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! We're humans!
Hold your fire. He's waving a flag.
That ain't no flag, Sheriff. That's a brassiere.
Yes, movie, thank you for explaining the joke. The police grab Byron and Tammy when Bernie shows up to collect his dinosaur.
If it's a machine, then how can a tranquilizer work on it?
It doesn't matter if he's got a human brain or not. A tranquilizer wouldn't work either way. Oh man, that's gonna put a snag in Weekend at Bernie's 3. Did we really need a slow motion shot of her adjusting her skirt there? And the film comes to its sad, inevitable, yet still confusing end. Oh wait, sorry, I meant to say that they tacked on a fucking stupid ending.
Hi, honey. How you doing?
I missed you.
They found the frozen bodies of those skiers that were lost. I'm gonna check it out tomorrow.
I'll explain it for everyone who isn't a crazy person. Michael's brain is being kept alive in a bowl so they can once again try to put him in a corpse. Oh, and this happens.
Ooh, you're so naughty, you drive me crazy.
Show it to me, baby.
I'm gonna have you. I need you.
So, brain orgasm. The conclusion I've made is that this movie is not only hilariously awful, but it may be the greatest movie about a robotic T-Rex with a human brain ever made. There are so many bad ideas here, and the movie suffers from not really knowing what audience it wants to appeal to. However, if you enjoy bad cinema, this one's definitely worth a look. Next week, it's City Dragon.
love, yes, I love my sweet, lovely Tina. Nowhere on earth that I would rather be now. Alive and full of life is the way you make me feel. Charm and good looks, my sweet, lovely Tina.
I'm a dinosaur man, a prehistoric dude, king of the jungle, coming after you. I'm a T-Rex.
Don't worry, girls. Caveman Ken's here to take care of you.